In the advanced level 7th grade math program, the class is set up to cover about 2 years of pre-algebra in only 1 year's time. The reason for this is most of the advanced level students will advance to high school Algebra 1 class next year, essentially skipping an 8th grade pre-algebra course. For this reason, I'm required to move quite swiftly through the content in my curriculum. Students are expected to enter class with quite a bit of prior knowledge regarding pre-algebra and have a solid grasp of the math curriculum from 6th grade. Students need to be able to keep up with what is being taught and move along with little issues. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work out that way in my advanced level 7th grade class. I have a class of 34. Only about half the students truly belong there. Many are there due to being waved in by their parents. What I'm working on this year to help move things along at a pace that is necessary to cover all the material is somewhat of a flipped classroom concept, or what I like to refer to as syllabus-based video learning. I find that due to several of the students being in class that is slightly too advanced for them, we have a hard time keeping up with the fast-paced class, and they fall behind. Either I'm teaching and covering a skill they can't grasp in such a short amount of time, or they're causing a lesson to slow down when the majority of the class is ready to move forward and can't. I've created a list of activities and generated a bank of videos using EduCreations, an app from my iPad. That allows me to pre-record videos for my students to view and take notes on. They have access to these videos at home. Here is a sample of a probability video I created.
Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to talk about simple probability. Before we get started, let's talk about what probability is. Probability is basically your chance. Your formal definition of probability is the favorable outcomes over your total outcomes.
Now I'll show you several examples.
On the graph. So the possible outcomes, or total possible outcomes, is 5. So your probability is 1/5. Be simplified. So we will simplify it and write the probability as 1 to 2. 1/2. If you were writing it as a percentage, it would be a 50% chance. 6. Well, if you look at your, add 6, 4, 2, 3, and 5. 6, 4, 2, 3, and 5 gives me 20.
The students are to watch the lesson by a certain date and prepare to discuss or ask questions in class on that date and begin working on the practice for that lesson in the classroom. The freedom the video provides is great. It allows those that understand what is being taught the first time the freedom to move forward in the lesson and practice, work with enrichment activities, but it also gives the learner that is a little slower the opportunity to review the video and the examples several times at their own pace the night before coming to class. It also allows me to circulate around the room on the day the lesson is to be practiced, rather than staying up front to teach for 30 minutes. Students are given a unit syllabus each week. This syllabus will outline the notes that are being taken and by what date things need to be done. In several instances, I will provide a note-taking guide. This makes taking notes on a particular lesson go a bit more smoothly. Classwork and practice assignments, due dates or dates the test will be, or dates they will be working on them in class, are listed in the syllabus along with the quiz and test dates. Enrichment activities are provided for the students that may finish more quickly than others, such as a study island assignment. I've also paired some of the stronger students with some of the weaker students to assist in some of the classwork. That has worked out really well. I've gotten quite a bit of positive feedback from all the levels of the students in my class. They like the freedom to learn a topic at their own pace. They find that not having the pressure of time helps those that struggle a bit grasp the material and are usually ready to work once they return to class. The worry of having to learn it in a 30-minute period and practice it alone at home that night was difficult, but working the other way around makes it much more doable for them. Those that have no trouble learning the material the first time it is presented say they like not having anyone slow them down in class. They like the fact that they can move more swiftly through a unit and ask questions in class when needed. They like being able to come into a class and get to work practicing whatever the lesson is on. I really do like using EduCreations because not only is it a video that students can view at their own pace in their own home and take notes on, it's my voice, my examples, and my tricks for learning. There are several great videos out there on the web, but it is nice to provide a lesson in your own words, with your own examples, in the comfort of the student's home. I use EduCreations often in class as well, giving examples to students. It allows me to project what is being written on my iPad or being typed on my iPad up onto my whiteboard, yet I'm not tied to the front of the room. I'm able to circulate while going over an example, all while recording the example through EduCreations. I can then upload the video to my web page, and it is there for the students that are absent, or if the student would like to view it in the future. Through video learning, or syllabus-driven classroom, I'm teaching using the learning by doing theory, which is similar to the cognitive learning theory. The learning by doing theory is driven by goals to accomplish, motivating missions to accomplish, and activities the students must complete. All of the examples are real-world and relevant to the students and what they are learning. In a time when students can access anything from an iPad, from a Kindle, from their phone, or in the comfort of their own home at a desktop, it's real important that we give them the resources to work within their own home. We don't want to tie them to a 45-minute period within the classroom. What I'm doing here is I'm branching out, taking my classroom, putting it in the comfort of their own home, and allowing them to learn at their own pace, on their own time, with the assistance of me within my classroom in the 45-minute time period that I have.